Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another Pixelmon video. But this isn't just any ordinary Pixelmon video that you'd see on my channel. This is actually going to be a little bit of a tutorial on how to breed. Now, as you guys might know, on my current series that I'm playing on the PokeCraft server, I'm about to get into the breeding stage where I want to breed Pokemon so I can get perfect IV Pokemon, get the best possible Pokemon, and the only real way to do that is to breed. So I figured that I would teach you guys how to breed. In case you guys wanted to hop onto the server and get yourself the best possible Pokemon that you can. So right now there's a lot of stuff going on. You see a bunch of different patches of stuff, and if you guys have no clue how to breed, hopefully this tutorial can help. I'm gonna briefly go over the basics of how everything works, and I'm also gonna intertwine some more advanced techniques that you can use in order to get yourself the best possible IV Pokemon. Now, I'm not saying that I'm a master at breeding. In fact, I would definitely just consider myself like average, like a mediocre breeder. I definitely don't know everything that there is to know, but I also think that I know a lot that there is to know, if that makes any sense. So although I am no expert, I do think that I can teach you guys a thing or two. At least if you're clueless and have no clue how to breed, this tutorial will definitely help you. But if you are an expert, if you are a pro, you might not be able to take as much things out of this, but maybe you'll learn a thing or two, who knows. So for starters, one thing that you absolutely desperately need in order to breed is this bad boy right here, a ranch block. Now I know that there are a lot of items in here. There's actually only 4 other ones. I just made it look like there's a lot. So if we just grab everything out, I will explain what everything does in a memento. In fact, I've never actually used any of these hourglasses before, so this is actually gonna be pretty new for me as well. But anyway, the way that this works is you need to get yourself a ranch block. I think to craft it, you need like a PC and a flower pot and something else. I honestly don't really know. But if you play on a server, it's more than likely that you can just go purchase one with in-game money. So what you have to do with this thing is go and place it down, and you'll see these squares that pop up all around. Well, you have to be looking at this thing to see them. But that right there is the area of effect. That is the environment that your Pokemon will be constricted to. So this area is actually a 9x9, and you'll see that all of my other areas are also 9x9. So I figured that like this is more of an advanced thing, but I'm just gonna get it off my chest right now because since we're talking about the size of ranch blocks, what I'm gonna do is actually show you guys how to get your ranch blocks a little bit bigger if you wanna have a bigger area of effect. What you need is a ranch upgrade. Again, I don't really know how to craft this thing, but if you're playing on a server, it's more than likely that you can purchase one. Anyway, you need to get yourself one. You can right click on it. You can click plus X, that'll bring it that way. And for whatever reason, when I click plus Y, or plus Z, it doesn't do anything. Not entirely sure why this is, to be honest with you. It might just be me. I don't know why, but as you can see, when I do hit plus X, I think you can do it 3 times. It will expand that way. Oh, okay, so Z goes that way. Gotcha. So if I hit minus, it should bring it back, but it's not. But as you can clearly see now, this ranch block is much bigger than any of the other ones. It's absolutely ginormous. So this is actually very helpful if you have different typings of Pokemon that need like a really unique type of environment. This is going to expose a lot more blocks to them and make it a lot easier to make your Pokemon comfortable in their environment. So in these experiments that I'm going to go through, you'll see that there is a lot of cake and a lot of wool underneath the cake. That is because with every one of these, I'm going to be breeding a Ditto with these, and so Ditto is a straight up normal type Pokemon, and to make him comfortable in an environment, wool is really good for normal types, and so is cake. So for this first one, for this middle one, what we're going to be breeding with the Ditto is a Snorlax, another completely normal type Pokemon who also indeed loves wool and cake. So there is one link in the description, and it is very important that you guys go and just look at it before you go and breed. It is a breeding environment mechanics and how everything works. It shows you all the blocks and everything that you really need to know for the environment of breeding your Pokemon. For example, here it tells me that to breed a dragon type Pokemon, the environment that it would want to be in is diamond blocks, like blocks of diamonds everywhere. Obviously that's really hard to obtain, but other ones that dragons would like to have in their environment are emeralds, gold. A dragon egg would be really good, but that's obviously hard to get. Enchantment table, endstone, glowstone, or stone. Now some are like higher tiers, like such as a block of diamond would be much better than a block of stone, but I mean, a stone would still be pretty beneficial. There's also a chart that I will be posting right now on the video where basically for every block that you put in the environment, there is a point system. So for example, if you're trying to breed a bug type Pokemon, a flower pot gives you 3 points, and that is a lot. That's a lot of points in this point system. And then a grass block would give you 1 point. So it'd be much better to fill up your environment with flower pots rather than grass blocks if you're trying to breed bug type Pokemon. So according to this point system, if you have under 35 points total, they're never going to breed ever. It says the duration of breeding process infinite. And then if you have points between 35 and 69, then the duration of the breeding process is 2 hours 30 minutes, and so on and so forth until you get over 139 minutes, which would increase the time to 37 and a half minutes, which is the fastest that you can possibly get. Now in this video, I did change the system. I changed the config to make it so that these Pokemon will breed very, very quickly, but in a normal game, on a normal server, it will actually take a lot longer for these Pokemon to breed. So as we put our beautiful Ludicolo's away, who also have fantastic names, if you want to read top to bottom of their names, it just, I don't know how that happened. It's what their parents named them, and now they're in my, I don't know how it happened, but that's their names. So don't ask me. But anyway, guys, let's get out the Snorlax and the Ditto. As you'll see that they are both shiny as well. I just wanted to point this out because, or I just wanted to make them shiny actually, so that you guys would know that there is no higher chance of you breeding a shiny if you breed 2 shinies together. There's not a higher percent chance, as far as I know. As far as I know, if you have 2 shiny Pokemon, the chances of them breeding a shiny Pokemon is the same as 2 not shiny Pokemon. So the reason that I wanted to take them out is to check their IVs. Now I purposely set these up to show you guys something. So our Snorlax has perfect IVs in defense, special attack, and special defense. And if we check our Ditto, he has perfect IVs. Oh, a legendary spawned. Holy cow. But yeah, with our Ditto has perfect IVs in HP, attack, and speed, which is the exact opposite of Snorlax. So you think if they breed together, they might end up with a perfect IV Pokemon. Now that is the plan, but you guys have to keep in mind that there is also a nature that you need. So this Ditto has a naive nature, and this Snorlax has an adamant nature. So for a Snorlax, you would rather have a adamant nature than a naive nature. So in order to ensure that the Pokemon that you're going to breed is going to have that correct nature, what you need is an Everstone. And when you put an Everstone on the Pokemon that you want to keep its nature, it is 100% guaranteed that the Pokemon, the baby that you breed, is going to keep that nature. Now, what a Destiny Knot does is a little bit different. I believe that it keeps the 3 best IVs on the Pokemon that it is on. I could be wrong by this. I'm not 100% sure. No, I'm not 100% sure that that is completely accurate. I know it's something like that. So basically, what should happen here, since the Destiny Knot is on the Ditto, what we're about to breed should keep the HP IVs of 31, the attack IVs of 31, and the speed IVs of 31. And then I think the defense, special attack, and special defense should be random. Or they still should be pretty good because Snorlax's is pretty good as well. But anyway, let's see what happens. I honestly don't know. You can never know exactly. There's a lot of random luck that is involved in breeding. But in order to actually get them into the breeding system, they have to be in your PC. You walk up to your ranch block, right click it, manage Pokemon, boom, boom, and then you'll see that they are here. Now, if you right click on them, you can see how happy they are with their environment. These 2 are madly in love with each other because, like I said, they are both normal type Pokemon, and this environment is absolutely perfect for them. Now, I did rig this system a little bit. I changed the config to make it so that these guys breed extremely quickly. And so we already have 1 egg there. I also think that they're supposed to hatch very quickly as well. If not, I think I can just do /hatch, to be honest with you. Okay, if we could spell hatch right, that would definitely help. There we go. So now we have a Snorlax. See, it is not shiny. There is no determination of whether or not you're going to get a shiny Pokemon or not. But let's check his nature first and foremost. He did keep that adamant nature because we have the Everstone on this Snorlax, which is going to pass that down. And if we check the IVs, the moment of truth. Okay, so he kept the HP, defense, and special defense. I mean, he's still a really good Snorlax. He's got that 82%, and he's got really good speed as well. It's not perfect speed, but normally what I would do in this situation is I would take out this Snorlax because I think at least that this, oh, he's actually got 83%. Okay, so he actually kept the speed of his Snorlax. Dude, I don't know. I'm doing a tutorial video here, guys, and I don't even know exactly what's going on. But here is another egg. Let's check this one. So this one's 80%. He's got perfect HP, attack, and defense, and speed. So this one I would actually rather keep. I think I'd rather breed this one than the other two because it actually has 4 perfect IVs, which is pretty insane. So let's breed this guy and see. Wait, we gotta keep the Everstone on him. So let's get the Everstone on this guy and breed him up. It is a little bit weird that I'm breeding this dude's baby with the dude's mom, if that makes sense. It is very bizarre, but this is gonna be the last time that I'm gonna breed the Ditto and the Snorlax. You really honestly just have to get really lucky, and eventually you'll find yourself getting really, really good Pokemon. But let's see. There we go. Here's an egg. Let's check the IVs of it. 67%. Okay, so I think that we can conclude that this is not the right way to breed. What you really should be doing is just putting the best Pokemon that you possibly can and breed them together. Because supposedly, I guess it's not a good idea to breed Pokemon together, even if they do have the perfect IVs. I don't know. All I know is Destiny Knot, it just saves like 3 IVs of the person of the Pokemon that is holding it. So anyway, after that, I feel like I did an awful job because you guys are probably still confused and don't really know how this works. To be honest, I guess I don't either because I thought I did and it's not working at all. But anyway, let's move on to the next breeding place, which is going to be the Typhlosion along with the Ditto. Let's check their IVs. I forget what I did. Okay, so I actually set both of these guys' IVs to 0 and 0 because I wanted to see what would happen here. I never have done this before, but I don't know. Let's see what happens. So they both have the worst possible IVs. Neither of them have Destiny Knots or Everstones on them, so this is gonna be completely random. I have no clue what's gonna happen. Oh my god, look at Ditto's getting wrecked. He's getting wrecked. But yeah, so this one you'll see is half wool and cake and half fire and netherrack. The fire and netherrack obviously are going to be good for Typhlosion, but I don't think that these guys yeah, so they're not madly in love with each other. They just like each other. Oh, maybe. Okay, so yeah, here you'll see that Snorlax loves Ditto as much as possible, and the same thing for Ditto on Snorlax. But here, since it's split in half, Typhlosion's love grows for Ditto rapidly. It's not, they're not as much as possible. So, you know, it's not as good as this one, but it still is pretty decent. And the way that you can change that is by getting a ranch upgrade, exposing more blocks, and putting more in. So let's actually check the IVs of this, guys. Again, both of these eggs, I guess, should be 0 because their parents both stink, but let's see what it is. So it's only 28. They actually have a 27 HP, which is pretty ridiculous. Okay, so it looks like both of them saved 3 IVs. I guess that's how it works. Every time you breed, I guess that it saves 3 IVs of the parents, and then the rest of the 3 are random. At least that's what I'm getting from this experiment here, because both times 3 of their IVs were 0. So yeah, that's pretty freaking interesting. But we do still have one more set of parents that we do want to breed, which is the Rhydon and the Ditto. Okay, so here I made the Rhydon completely, like, this is just his normal IVs. Like when I gave him to myself, he does have 2, 0, and 0. But then I made the Ditto that he's going to breed with completely perfect IVs. And this is just going to be another experiment to see what happens when I breed them together, because honestly, I don't really know. But here you'll notice that this is probably the worst environment for the both of them, at least for Ditto. He actually has the least amount of wool and cake. Here, at least he's got these 4. But here he only has 4 rows. Let's see how much he actually likes them. He still does love Rhydon every single day. And then here, Rhydon is the same. So there we go. I guess that they still do like each other a lot, but it is a lot more difficult to get Pokemon who are 2 different typings, like Rhydon, who is ground and rock, to like a Ditto, who is just normal. But again, if you're breeding 2 Rhydons together, then it's pretty easy because both of them are the same type. So you just have, like in that case, all you have to do is fill up the entire breeding system with blocks of coal, or in this case, bedrock, even though you can't really get bedrock. But anyway, let's grab the 2 eggs from these guys. Check their IVs. Again, Rhydon doesn't have good IVs. Ditto's got perfect IVs. Let's see what happens. Okay, so we actually only kept the defense IVs from Ditto. And then in the other one, it still isn't that great either. I mean, he kept 2 IVs. He kept the speed and defense. But let's actually take these guys back and put a Destiny Knot on the Ditto to see if this is actually going to change much. So what the Destiny Knot is supposed to do is it's supposed to like save the IVs for the Pokemon that it's on. I think it's supposed to save the top 3 IVs. So realistically here, this baby Pokemon should have 3 perfect IVs, I think. Okay, well that didn't work. It has 2. It has 2 perfect IVs. What about the next one? Maybe it saves 2 of the next one. Maybe it saves 2 and 2 because the Rhydon has 0 defense and special attack, but the Ditto has perfect of the rest, so maybe it saves 2 and 2. Dude, I don't even know. Okay, so as I'm reading the wiki for the Destiny Knot, it says if a Pokemon holds a Destiny Knot while breeding, 5 of the parent's IVs will be passed to their offspring instead of 3. It can be crafted and can also be obtained as a tier 3 drop. Okay, so it seems like it doesn't matter who's holding the Destiny Knot. It just means that between the 2 parents, 5 of their IVs are going to be passed on, and then that last IV, what it is going to be completely random. So in this case, it looks like 2 of the Ditto's IVs were saved in HP and speed, and then 3 of the Rhydon's IVs were saved in defense, special attack, and special defense. Okay, so here was actually a lot better. You'll see that we actually got 3 perfect IVs. We have HP, defense, and special defense saved in this egg. So let's actually hatch this one real quick. Okay, so now this Rhyhorn actually has a lot of good IVs as well. So again, 5 of the IVs of the 2 parents will be saved as opposed to 3. So normally if you don't have any Destiny Knot or anything on them, on the parents, 3 of their IVs are going to be saved, and then the other 3 are going to be completely random. But here, now that Rhyhorn and Ditto both have a couple perfect IVs, this egg, again, I mean, there is a big luck factor involved in this, but there should be a much better chance of this one being really good. So there we go, 84%. We just jumped from a Rhydon who had like 30% IVs to a Rhyhorn who now has 84% IVs. But the 2 ranch blocks back here, the reason I have them is just to show you what happens if you don't, or if you put your Pokemon in an environment that they don't like. So here we have 2 Ludicolo's who you can obviously breed together because they're both the same type. It just says that they don't get along with each other. They don't like each other. What block even is this? Concrete powder. Like, yeah, they're not gonna like each other in concrete powder. So I never actually explained what these hourglasses are that I have here. So here we have Issy's silver hourglass and also the golden hourglass. And as far as I know, they do basically the same thing. I looked up both of them and their descriptions are really similar. And if I get this wrong, I'm sorry. But basically, what I understand from it is when you go up to 2 Pokemon who are breeding and you right click on the ranch block, maybe that's not what you do. Well, what's supposed to happen? Aha! So look, it says Rhyhorn increased a breeding level. So this is supposed to take their whatever Pokemon you use it on and to move their breeding stage to the next stage. You'll see that they have different hearts above their head, different colored hearts. If I right click this Snorlax, he's now going to have a gray heart above it. Oh, no, okay, hello? Snorlax, help me out here. Don't make me look bad. Okay, Ditto, you wanna do it for me? Oh gosh. Hello? So basically what these things do is they take whatever breeding stage that the Pokemon are at and puts it to the next one. So there are, I believe, 4 to 5 stages of breeding when they're together, and if you just right click this on a Pokemon, it will bring them to the next stage. Now keep in mind, this will not work if these Pokemon are in an environment that they don't like each other at all. Like if in these two Ludicolo's cases, it says that they don't get along well with anyone here. That is because in this environment they're using white concrete, which neither of them like. Now there are a lot more things that I could talk about in breeding, but I feel like this video has been pretty long as is. So what I'm gonna do is show you guys one last thing that you can do, which is pretty cool. If you breed two Dittos together, you're gonna get a completely random Pokemon. Now depending on the settings on your world, you could actually get a legendary Pokemon. If you go into the breeding tab of your config over here and go to breeding, which is right here, there will be a tab that says Ditto on Ditto can contain legendaries. So let's set that to true. It is defaultly set to false. So normally you cannot breed Dittos together and get a legendary. But what happens is when you breed two Dittos together, you get a completely random Pokemon in the game. You can literally get anything except for legendaries unless you enable that. So anyway, let's check what these guys have for us. So let's do /hatch2. And we got a Caracosta. So yeah, there is a really cool way to get completely random Pokemon in the game. And that is by breeding two Dittos together. But anyway, guys, I hope that you did enjoy today's video. If you did, leave a like rating. If you learned something, that is super cool. I'm happy that I could have taught you something new. If I didn't teach you anything new, I'm sorry. I tried. I actually feel like I learned a lot from this video just by going over the basics and figuring out exactly what everything does. But if I missed anything, let me know. I'm sure that I did. Again, I said this earlier, but I am no master at breeding. I just know like the basics. So if you are going to start a breeding adventure or a journey of breeding, I wish you the best of luck because, well, there's a lot of luck involved in breeding and it's very tedious. And to be honest with you, it's not fun. It is not fun when you breed Pokemon together for hours and hours and hours or days and days and days. And you just get so unlucky that they never even give you the best possible Pokemon. But that is going to be it for today. I hope that you all did enjoy. Leave a like rating, all that great stuff if you did. And that is going to be it. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.